Okay. So there's a simple warm-up. It'll work well with just two of you. Okay. So this is like just a creative speaking exercise. So the idea is that it's a dream. I'm going to give you little picture prompts and you're going to make up a dream. So the text for the dream is on the left. So it starts like this. I was sitting in front of the television late one evening when I fell asleep and had a dream. In the dream I was. And so you'll continue the dream from there. So Kevin Cho, you can start. So pick a letter and I will show you a picture.
D.
D, okay.
Is it a bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the dream I was walking on a bridge and it seems like it's in the middle of a mountain and the weather looked nice. Suddenly,
Kevin Wong, so you pick a letter and you get to continue.
A. Suddenly, I saw a house nearby, and it's kind of scary. So, but I still want to find out what is it in there.
Okay. Kevin Cho.
That
okay, G. Then to my surprise, when I open the door, I see a horse inside having a dinner.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Kevin Wong.
Unfortunately, I didn't.
Pick a letter.
E. What's that?
It's
It's a carpet.
carpet. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was trying to steal the carpet. Unfortunately, the horse just lying on that. So,
Okay.
so bad luck for me.
And finally,
J. Finally, I didn't steal the carpet, but I stole the horse's glasses. And it started to find its glasses, therefore I can steal its carpet.
You distracted the horse and took the carpet. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's do one more. So we do this, just gonna do the same thing again, different pictures. Now you've got a sense of how this works. This time, Kevin Wong, you can start this one. So in the dream,
in a dream, I was a J. I was chasing by a chair.
you were being chased by a chair?
Yeah, I'm being chased by a chair.
Okay.
It's moving. It's terrifying.
Okay. F. Suddenly I saw the window and I thought I can break the window and escape from the chair.
C. Then, to my surprise, there's a creepy old woman stood in front of me. And she mentioned that she was looking for her chair.
B. Okay. So unfortunately, the chair is gone. So she gave me some money and asked me to buy her a new chair.
G. Oh, no. Okay. Finally, that old woman quietly leave with her with a large suitcase. It might be another chair in there.
All right, very, very good. Let's just, what pictures did you miss? The letter, creepy girl, tree, farm block, the bird. All right. All right, good. That was pretty good. Okay, so there's basically 4 things on the agenda: compound nouns. Then we're going to talk about brainstorming, and as part of that, there's a case study. So hopefully with some of these case studies, we'll go a little more depth into some situations and use some of these, the language and the things we're talking about. And if there's time, we'll do some pronunciation. So Kevin Wong, you saw the first part of this compound nouns on Friday, but the exercise should be different. So compound is just 2 things that are together, usually, or more, 1 or more, 2 or more things that are put together. So a compound noun is 2 nouns, and we use them because they're very short and a lot more convenient. So, for example, a market survey instead of a survey into the market. Right? It's the first part. Market survey is the compound noun. It sounds a lot better. It's more convenient to say. It's less words. Same thing with this: a product design brief instead of a brief for the design of a product. So functionally, grammatically, in a sentence, even though there are, it's a combination of adjectives and nouns and adverbs potentially, we treat it like 1 noun. Ultimately, it becomes a fixed group, and over time, actually, these become sort of fixed language. They're sort of always used the same way. So there's when they get longer, we call them noun phrases, and they can consist of a bunch of things. For example, a highly confidential sales report, or an excellent sponsorship deal, or an expanding customer base. Right? So these then become noun phrases. And we do a lot of this. We've done a lot of this before, where we look at word partnerships and word groups. So here's simple. So which word is not a compound noun together with marketing? So right, we can have a marketing campaign. Which is not a compound noun here?
Marketing leader.
Yeah, marketing. Oh, yes, you're right, but I didn't put the animation in here. So you're right. Marketing leader is the wrong one. This one, market.
Check.
That's right. We don't have a market check is correct. Yeah, you have a market leader, market survey, market sector, but no check. Product.
Market.
Correct. Yeah, product market is not a partnership. Advertising.
Exchange.
Correct. Yeah, we don't have advertising is pretty much one directional. There's no exchange. Brand.
Contract.
Good. Yeah, and contract. Sales.
Conditions.
Correct. Yeah, we have sales conditions. You can talk about market conditions, as in the conditions that's going on in the market, but we don't really have sales conditions. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
I didn't do the animation properly. Price product is the last one. Nothing there. Okay. So same idea. These are longer noun phrases, and I'd just like you to put the phrases in the correct order. So we have advertising, impressive, campaign, really. Kevin Wong, can you try to put this in the right order?
Advertising campaign, really impressive.
Close.
It's really impressive.
We need all 4 words in one phrase.
Okay.
Really impressive advertising campaign.
Yeah, that's right. Really impressive advertising campaign. The adverb and the adjective go first. should be one word, customer. Kevin Cho, can you try this one, please?
New customer relation department.
Good. Kevin Wong.
Highly competitive mobile phone market.
Right. Highly competitive mobile phone market. Kevin Cho, please.
Incredibly successful product launch.
Good. Kevin Wong.
Loyal customer base.
That's right. Kevin Cho, please.
Extremely thorough sales report.
Good. Extremely thorough sales report. Two more. Kevin Wong.
Absolutely brilliant campaign, a global campaign.
Correct. Good. And the last one, please. Kevin Wong.
Increasingly competitive marketing environment.
Good. Perfect. Okay. That's it for grammar. So now we'll go into the brainstorming. Hopefully this will all tie back together. So you're familiar with the idea of brainstorming, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Kevin Wong. I know we saw a little bit of brainstorming on Friday, but this is different. So Kevin, so how would you describe the brainstorming? What does the word mean to you?
Group of people and talking with each other to discuss new maybe a way of thinking, or maybe trying to find a new way to a project or a campaign.
Sure. What would make, but we can also have meetings just to as a discussion, right? What would make brainstorming different than just a meeting to have a discussion?
So brainstorming is like all of these people have no idea about what these project will go, so they use the discussion to find a way.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that works. Yeah. So we typically, yeah, they're typically used to generate creative ideas. Right? We don't know what we're going to do, but it's we need to figure something out. And have you participated in a brainstorming before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly in Chinese.
Sure. What's can you give an example, like something that you a brainstorming that you participated in?
Like when I was in the previous job, so we have to handle out a project, and there's no topic, there's no limits, so we just need to figure out the problems that we're gonna choose, and then we have to find a way to improve it.
Wow.
So it's like a half-year brainstorming every day, and it's exhausting.
A half-year brainstorming. So you mean you had a brainstorming every day for half a year?
Yeah.
That's quite a lot.
So it's like a final project for our program.
I see.
Yeah.
But why did you have to do it every day?
No, and actually every day we have to do like we have to find a way, and then but we still have to discuss the project, how it goes, how the PowerPoint will present. So it's like everyday brainstorming.
Oh, I see. Okay. Different parts of the project.
Yeah, different parts.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So what and this question is sort of for both of you. Like, what do you think makes the difference between a good brainstorming meeting and a bad brainstorming meeting?
A good brainstorming meeting will come up with an idea.
For an outcome.
The bad one doesn't.
But what is
the outcome.
Is there anything that when somebody's organizing a meeting or setting up the meeting for the way that they hold it, how they conduct the meeting, is there anything that can make things helpful in terms of reaching that outcome, or things that make it more difficult to reach that outcome.
Maybe there will be experienced host to guide the whole meeting,
Okay.
that someone that didn't talk to express his idea.
Right. So making sure that everybody has a chance to speak.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, that's really cool. What about like when you did it in your project groups, because sometimes when you're brainstorming with, let's say you're in a corporate environment and the, like you have sort of regular staff, and then also the president of the company is participating as well. It can be quite, you know what I mean? Sometimes people will, oh, whatever he says is a good idea, or whatever the president says.
Yeah.
I used to do, years ago, I used to do product development for a large education company, private education company. And it's a kind of a very difficult line to walk, because you want it to be open. You want people to be able to think of anything. But at the same time, every time we had a brainstorming where the president of the company was like, okay, there's no limits. Don't think about budget. Don't think about technology, just whatever you. Every time we had a meeting like that, it was completely useless. Every idea that came out of it was like either too expensive or something that wasn't practical, like the technology didn't exist to make it possible. It's sort of like a difficult line to walk. You know, you put a bunch of like creative people in a room and you tell them think of anything you want, they're going to come up with 3D animation or like VR or something that requires an intelligent, like some kind of AI intelligence to manage. And 10 years ago, that technology just didn't really exist, or it was way too expensive to do. It's like 3D animation was like $1 million a minute. Okay, well, here's some general rules, and let's go through them. You can get your opinions on whether or not you think these are helpful or not helpful. Good advice for having brainstorming. So is it good to explain the purpose of the meeting?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Otherwise, like they might come up with ideas for vacation when you're looking for. Ask each person to speak in turn. First you, first you, first you, starting with the most senior and going down from there.
I think perhaps not starting with the most senior, because the junior will be affected by the seniors.
Sure.
What they thought, what they think, what they speak, and maybe they will change the junior's mind.
Sure. Yeah, you're probably right. Otherwise, everything is like, just what they said, what the first person. But what about like speaking in turn? Like, do you think it's good to go around? Like, what's your idea? What's your idea? What's your idea?
I think it looks like it's mandatory.
Right.
So I don't like it. I think maybe encourage everyone to speak. It's a it's a better way.
Sure. Or maybe you could just sit around and write a note for everyone could write a note for the opinion or the idea.
Okay. So write everything down and then put it together. Yeah, that's a good way. Now it's a time limit for the meeting.
Depends on the meeting.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because every professional management course that exists, they all say like have a firm time limit for meetings, but I have never worked with any company that ever does that. meetings take as long as they take, basically. Avoid criticizing or judging ideas during the session.
You don't want people to fight.
Yeah, you think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But maybe criticizing and judging ideas will produce a more better idea.
Sure. Generally speaking, to get the most out of a creative session, you want to split it into one part coming up with ideas and one part evaluating ideas. So actually what works really well, if you ever have to do a brainstorming meeting with people, what works really well is you have the first part of the meeting and you set a rule. You make a rule that in this part of the meeting, you can't say the word no, and you can't say but. You know, like, so when somebody has an idea, you can't say, oh, what about, or but, you know, you can't do that. You're only allowed to say and. So like, as in you can only add to their idea, you can't take away. But then you do need another section where you look at these ideas and be like, yeah, but we can never afford that, or but that's a stupid idea and it doesn't work. You know, you do need both parts, but it's better to separate them. You know, encourage ideas. Yeah, so you guys already said this. Don't interrupt. Is that good or bad?
That's why we need an experienced host. Tell him you talk too much.
Make sure everyone keeps to the point.
Yeah, I think same idea. You need an experienced host because you want people to think outside the box, but you don't want them to get distracted.
Sure. That probably applies to this one as well. Like when our details, some details are useful, some are not. You know what I mean? Like it's, yeah, like sometimes people have useful things to contribute that can expand an idea by talking about the details, but sometimes you can get too into details that are not towards the point of the meeting. So yeah, an experienced host is certainly helpful. Okay, so there's different kinds of language that we use in a brainstorming meeting. Typically, they fall under these sort of functions. So what's expressing, stating objectives, enthusiasm, like when you're saying that's a good idea, for example, encouraging contributions, as in trying to get everybody to talk, and agreeing with people. And you can see that all of these are positive things. There's no disagreeing. There's no like pressing criticism. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at some comments, and then you guys can tell me what functions you think they are. And they might be, some of them can fall under more than one function. So the purpose of this meeting this morning is to,
Starting objective.
yeah, that's obviously stating objectives. Yeah, it sounds great.
Agree.
Agree? Yeah. And agreeing, but it's also enthusiasm.
Express enthusiasm. Yeah.
Have you got any ideas for where we can have this?
Encourage
Encourage.
contribution.
You should,
Yeah. Okay, anyone else?
Same. Encourage contribution.
Good. That's great. Any other ideas?
the
I
same.
think it's the same.
Same, yeah, also contributions. I think it's a great city.
Setting objectives.
What would the objective be?
Great city. I don't know.
I'm not sure that's an objective.
Okay.
I think it's more enthusiasm. Good idea, yeah.
Agreeing.
Agreeing, yeah. That's an excellent suggestion. Yeah, that's great.
Expressing enthusiasm.
Yeah, and also
agreeing.
Also agreeing, yeah. Any other ideas about what we can do?
Encourage contributions.
Good. And the last one. That's true.
Agreeing.
Agreeing. Good. Yeah, very simple. Okay, so let's do a mini brainstorm. Kevin Wong, I know you did one on Friday. This is a different topic, so we're going to do a second one. So, well, you guys are going to brainstorm, and I think with just two of you, you can probably keep it. I don't know if we need anybody to sort of lead the meeting. I think you guys can keep each other on track. But here's the basic setup: the chief executive of your company the head of your company is leaving the company after years of excellent performance and results. So assuming you guys are directors, you want to come up with some unusual ideas to celebrate, to mark their retirement. Right. So the purpose of this meeting today is to discuss how we're going to
Ceremony.
do the ceremony, or whatever. I think I don't know what people do for retirement. There's usually a party or a gift, but maybe something interesting in this case.
Okay, so I think maybe we should first consider about the personality of the executive, because maybe
Okay.
he likes people to celebrate for him. Maybe he's not enjoying people's celebration.
Yeah. We should probably check his habits and just leaving it. Or maybe we could make a review or retrospect for what he's been doing this decade, and
Like
so
for example, we use maybe we made a video and contains all the deals he made successfully and as a memory.
yeah, maybe we could give him a present, maybe. I don't know.
What kind of present?
At present, he will remember our company. They represent our company's, characteristic, our spirits, and maybe add something, what he likes. Perhaps he likes golf, so maybe we give him a golf set with the mark of our company. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you guys work for the same company, so what would represent your company?
I don't know, a monitor or something. A great monitor, because we have a lot of monitors.
Roller coaster ride?
What's that?
Roller coaster?
No, I mean monitor, like a screen.
Yeah. No, I think that would work. But I was making another suggestion.
Oh, okay.
Options market, something that goes up and down a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we usually give when people leave, Kevin?
You mean our company?
Yeah. Or we just don't
maybe-
give them anything.
Traditionally, the people who leave would kind of bring some dessert or
Oh, yeah.
food to the company. Yeah.
So it's like a
But,
treat for.
Yeah, but I don't think the company would provide. Oh, the company would have a team lunch for them. That all of us could share the lunch together.
Yeah, I remember the Hong Kong office. They
Yeah.
sometimes
So we could also hold a team lunch for our chief executive, maybe.
Danny, Uncle Danny.
It's nice to provide a chance for staff to like, something casual where people can, sort of chat sort of freely and have a chance to talk one-on-one. It's always nice in those kind of scenarios. Yeah. All right. Well, I think there were some good ideas there. So this was just like a little warm up. So this will lead into, we're going to come back around to another deeper brainstorming. As part of the case study. So let's look at some of the language, and this is related to what we looked at earlier, but in these there are some mistakes, and I would like you to please correct the mistakes. So, for example, number one is the purpose of this meeting is to
Purpose.
Purpose, yeah, okay, that's right. The purpose is the mistake. Kevin Wong, can you try this one?
That we need to achieve today is
Yeah, what's the mistake?
achieve.
And achieve is okay.
We need.
We need is okay too.
What we need to achieve
Sure.
today.
That's right. Yeah, good. What we need to achieve today. Our object here is to, Kevin Cho, what do you think?
The object. I think it's the same. Objection.
Objective.
Objective, yes, that's right. Our objective.
Oh. But okay. But I thought objective is not now.
Objective is now.
Oh,
Objective is
now.
there is a objective is all there is also like an adjective of objective, meaning being impartial, like no bias. But objective is another way to say purpose or aim. As a noun. I suggest we to brainstorm the problem. Kevin Wong, any ideas?
I suggest we brainstorming the problem.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Just cut to. We could also say that we. I suggest that we brainstorm, but I suggest we brainstorm is all right. Kevin Wong?
That's great.
That's great. Oh, I meant Kevin Cho, but that's okay.
Oh.
Sorry. Kevin Cho. That's the better idea I've heard for a long time.
That's the best idea I've heard for a long time.
Good. And Kevin Wong, don't keep back.
Keeping back.
It's I'm not sure if you guys are very familiar with this phrase. So it's the word is wrong. One of these words is not correct. It's not like a different word, but it's completely the wrong word.
Oh.
Don't hold back.
Yes, that's right. Don't hold back. So it means like, yeah, don't hold back. Tell us everything. Say however comes to mind.
Say whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, good. I think this one is a little difficult as well. At this stadium, we want all your ideas. I mean, it's obvious which one's wrong, but what would we want to say here?
At this point.
Yeah, that works. I think that's good. I have stage, but point is the same. Yeah. And the last one, you're absolute right because.
Absolutely right.
Absolutely right. Good. Yeah. Great. Perfect. Okay, we're not going to have time to finish this whole thing, but let's get started anyway, and then we can continue next class. So you're familiar with the idea of a case study? I assume you guys have done them in school or read about them.
Case study, yeah.
Okay. So this is a case study leading to a brainstorming meeting. In this case, it's about a company, fictional company in this case, but it's a real scenario the company's faced. So it's Henri Claude Cosmetics, and they're trying to create a global brand. So, Kevin Cho, would you mind reading the company's background for us?
Right. Harry Claude Cosmetic, HCC, French cosmetic and personal care company, has created a highly successful
Eau de
how do
Cologne.
I what eau de cologne. What does that mean?
Eau de Cologne is it's like you know what perfume is, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
The,
for men.
Yeah, it should be. That should say for men, not for me. So there's different kinds of. There's like if you were to look at all the different kinds of ways that we talk about perfume, there's perfume and cologne and eau de cologne and eau de toilette and whatever.
Oh,
Basically,
eau de cologne.
basically the difference is the concentration. So a perfume has the highest concentration of the scents, and then like something like an eau de toilette has this lower concentration, more water, less of the actual scent. So I'm not actually personally, I don't use these things, so I'm not really familiar with which is which. But an eau de cologne is a little bit stronger than an aftershave, but less strong than a cologne and less strong than a perfume. So on.
Okay.
Yeah, and that should say
So it's like a product. So it's a product.
it's in the perfume category, basically.
Okay,
Fragrance.
got it. So has created a highly successful eau de cologne for me under the brand
Sorry,
name
pardon me. It should say
Physic.
for men. My mistake.
for men. That's why I thought it's weird. Okay, for men under the brand name Physics. This is the company's best-selling men's fragrance and the best-known brand in their product portfolio. HCC is now planning an international campaign for Physic earlier next year. It intends a high-profile launch in 10 countries, which will enable the brand to achieve international recognition. The theme of the campaign will be Physic for the urban man, a global ambassador, a celebrity in the arts world, will be chosen to lead the campaign.
Yeah, good. Okay. So, do you guys use any of these, like cologne or these kind of products?
Seldom.
Something. Okay.
Yeah.
You really know a lot about it. Okay. And as far something like a global ambassador, so that's basically like when a company chooses a celebrity to sort of represent their product. I can't think of any. Can you think of any examples of companies that use a celebrity to represent them?
Yeah, it's very frequent to see in the sports market. Like for example, Nike sign a lot of NBA players,
Sure.
maybe football players, soccer players. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't think of
But I think you talk about the ambassador is like a different professional. For example, this is a perfume. They find the art people.
Yeah. I think I know in China they used yeah, it might be globally, I'm not sure, but I know there's some of the expensive watch companies, they use one of the expensive watch companies, they used the guy who, I don't know the actor's name, but the guy who played James Bond. So he's like their guy in all the advertisements. So yeah, and in this case, for perfume, yeah, they're gonna probably not pick a basketball player, they'll probably pick something. Okay. So the key features. So Kevin Wong, can you take us through the key features of the product?
Oh, okay. Based on redwood and
Cedar.
cedar with cereals and spices. Physics has a fresh, woody, long-lasting aroma. It has 5 other secret ingredients known to only a small number of senior managers. The scent is very appealing to women. Men who use Physics say they feel confident, attractive, and sophisticated. Its target audience in France is ambitious, career-minded man in this 30 to 40 age range. The
You just say eau de cologne.
the eau de cologne is positioned as a premium fragrance. It is priced at the top end of the market.
Yeah, good. Okay. So redwood is obvious. Cedar is just another kind of wood. It usually has a nice smell to it. And citrus, do you know the word citrus?
Orange?
Yeah, exactly. Oranges, lemons, the grapefruit, the yoju, the pomelos, like those are all citrus fruits. Good. So then we have, I hope this works because I haven't tried this yet with you guys. So the next part, we're going to listen to a part of a meeting between some of the people in the company. So it's a conversation between Carla Fernandez, the global marketing manager, and Pierre Martin, who's the chief executive of the company. And they're talking about the results of research carried out in the overseas market, considering the international launch of Physique. And while we're listening, I'd like you guys to pay attention to what they talk about as far as who the target audience is, the brand image, the brand name, the name of the product, the positioning, the packaging, the slogan. So the brand name, you guys have been saying Physique. I think that's fine because it's meant to be a French word. They will pronounce it Physique. Yeah, Physique. Physique, yeah. So
Sounds on French.
yeah, it's meant to be a French company. Yeah. So I'm going to play this. Let me just, if you can't hear this, let me know. I hope you can. Let's see.
We've had some interesting.
Can you hear that?
Yep,
Okay, perfect.
clearly.
Clearly?
Yes.
Okay, good.
We've had some interesting results from the focus groups in the markets, Pierre. It seems we may have to change the group we're targeting when we have the international launch. From the research, it looks as if we'll need to target a lower age group and perhaps reposition the brand, targeting the masculine, adventurous, energetic male rather than the sophisticated, aspiring urban man.
No, why is that?
It's really about the competition. A lot of top producers are coming out with premium brands aiming at the urban man. It seems that this segment of the market is well catered for. In fact, it's becoming rather overcrowded. Givenchy, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Hugo Boss, even Kylie Minogue, they're all launching male fragrances at the top end of the market.
I see. Well, it will mean changing the brand image of Physique. That will be a big step and we need to think it through.
Absolutely. Another thing that's come out of the focus groups is Physique is seen as a French brand, and it seems that won't work in many of our target markets. We may need to change its name to appeal to an international audience, especially a younger one.
Does that mean Physique should no longer be a premium product? Are they saying we should market it as a high-volume mass market fragrance?
Perhaps it may come to this. Certainly in the emerging markets, for example, China, we could make a lot of money if we promoted it as a mass market fragrance at an affordable price.
Okay. Tell me about packaging. What did the research come up with? It's essential that we get the packaging right.
And not good news, I'm afraid. The packaging we're using here just isn't appealing for most of the international markets. We're going to have to think again and create a new look that will have universal appeal. And our creative team is going to have to produce a really exciting advertising campaign that we can use in all the markets, with a few changes here and there.
Okay, anything else the research found?
You'll have a full report on your desk tomorrow. But one other thing, we'll definitely need a new slogan if we change the audience we're targeting. So that's something else the marketing department must start thinking about.
Okay. So what was not all the details necessarily, but what were some of the main points that you took away from what they were talking about? What did they say about for example, they were talking about the target audience and the brand image and how they were doing the positioning of the product.
They want to make a younger name because Physique, well, seems more French, and they want to make their brand image to international.
Sure, yeah, that was definitely part of it. They said that there are some countries that they're targeting don't respond well to the idea of a French
Mhm.
brand. Yeah. And why they were talking about when they were talking about their target audience? Why were they looking at changing it? What was the issue there?
I heard about their target audience is middle age, not middle age, maybe 30 to 40 years old, and objective, love adventure.
Right.
But so are they
Yeah,
going to
rather-
change these?
Yeah, rather than some sophisticated.
Right. So they're considering not being a premium product, right? Considering possibly being a more sort of mass market. Let me just play the very beginning again, just maybe the first 20 seconds. And so this part is where they're really talking about the target audience and the market segment that they're looking at.
We've had some interesting results from the focus groups in the markets yet. It seems we may have to change the group we're targeting when we have the international launch. From the research, it looks as if we'll need to target a lower age group and perhaps reposition the brand, targeting the masculine, adventurous, energetic male rather than the sophisticated, aspiring urban man.
No, why is that?
It's really about the competition. A lot of top producers are coming out with premium brands aiming at the urban man. It seems that this segment of the market is well catered for. In fact, it's becoming rather overcrowded. Givenchy, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Hugo Boss, even Kylie Minogue, they're all launching male fragrances at the top end of the market.
Right. So that's what they're talking about, the target audience and the repositioning. What was the reason for it? What's the problem that they're facing?
It's too competitive for the top end of the premium industry.
Yeah, exactly. They're saying it's crowded. A lot of people are entering that top end of the market. And I wasn't sure because if you don't know a lot about perfume, which I certainly don't, they read off a bunch of French names, and maybe it wasn't sort of clear like who Givenchy and Paul Gaultier were, and with quite a strong accent. Yeah. Okay. And then they talk about the brand image, and then pricing. And what about the packaging?
They need to reconsider the packaging for the international launch.
Sure. Can you imagine what any perfume packaging looks like? Or fragrance?
Muscling,
Yeah, it's quite, I think they spend a lot of money certainly on the bottle and the box. In terms of, it's quite an important feature in this market area. It's considered quite important. And they're personally, I think they try to make it look like it's like a larger bottle, even though when there's only just a little bit of liquid inside. But, okay. So let's the next part. So we're just going to go through briefly go through some of the product details, and then we'll continue next class with the discussion part. I'll just read this part. So the product shape, it's a tall, rounded bottle, very solid appearance, black with the brand name in the center, silver top with a screw top or a spray. They have both. And then the retail prices, I don't know if that's expensive or not, but we're meant to take away that this is I should say the top 10 in the top 10 most expensive male fragrances. And it is.
Is this really a real name, real brand?
No, it's adapted from a real.
Oh, okay.
It's adapted from a real case. This would have been about probably about 12 years ago. Or so. And it's sold exclusively in, I can't say this word properly, it's parfumerie. It's like, if you look at that
Like
word,
a French?
it's a French word, and it looks like the word perfume. It means places that specialize in selling fragrances. So expensive perfume shops and in shops and top hotels. Joe, can you read this for us, the promotion?
Sure. The television commercials, radio sports, full-page ads in prestigious magazines. For example, Paris Match, Maria Carey. Special promotions at high-class events such as Longchamp Racing Stadium and in embassies and duty-free shops.
So the Longchamp Racing is a horse racing place.
Oh, okay.
You know what embassies are, right?
Yeah.
And Kevin Wong, can you just take us through this one? A quote from the sales literature.
First, physique man is confident, ambitious, and resilient. He is at home in any city and enjoy the challenge of urban life. He has a lot of creative energy, travels widely, and is optimistic about the future.
Good, right. So wouldn't you want to be a physique man? Don't you want to be described? I think that's what they're trying to say. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so then, in the next class, we'll briefly go through this again, and then we'll go through some of the things. We'll brainstorm some of the issues that they need to face in terms of whether they should change their target market or not, and how they should promote sorts of things. Okay, but that's all for today. I won't keep you guys any longer than I need to. Thanks very much for your time.
Yep,
Thanks.
thank you very much.
And I will see you on Thursday.
See you Thursday.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
See you.
Yeah. See you.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.